Noah Lyles wasn't supposed to just win this race. He was supposed to make a statement, and in Ostrava, that's exactly what he did. The reigning 200-meter world champion stepped onto the track with all eyes locked on him. Not because he was racing for another victory, not because he was chasing another fast time, but because standing across from him was one of the most talked about young sprinters on the planet. Gout, the teenage sensation from Australia. The athlete many believe could become the next global sprint superstar. And after weeks of hype, headlines, and anticipation, these two finally met on the same track in the men's 150 meters. But what happened next was even more impressive than most people expected. Before this race, there were already questions surrounding Gout. Just days earlier in Oslo, he lined up for a highly anticipated 200-meter showdown against Letsile Tebogo. Many expected fireworks. Instead, Gout struggled. While Tebogo stormed to victory in a world-leading 19.84 seconds, Gout crossed the line in 20.66, nearly a full second slower than his personal best of 19.67. For some fans, it was disappointing. For others, it was a reminder that Gout is still only a teenager competing against some of the fastest men alive. One race doesn't define a career. And this 150-meter clash in Ostrava offered him the perfect opportunity to respond. But then there's Noah Lyles, a man operating on an entirely different level. At this point, many would argue that Lyles is in the best shape of his life. Every race he runs seems to produce another historic performance. Every time he steps onto the track, records suddenly become vulnerable. And heading into this race, one particular record was hanging by a thread. The 150-meter world record on a turn, a mark of 14.92 seconds set earlier this season by Jamaica's Keishane Thompson. A phenomenal performance. But there was one problem. History suggested Noah Lyles was capable of something even faster. When Lyles ran 19.31 at the World Championships, he passed 150 meters in an astonishing 14.58 seconds. When he ran 19.46 in Monaco, he split 14.71. When he ran 19.47 in London, he split 14.70. Again, and again, and again. The numbers kept telling the same story. If Noah simply showed up and executed, the record wasn't just in danger. It was likely going down. The only real question was by how much. Then came race time. The stadium was buzzing. The athletes settled into their blocks. One gunshot, one chance, one race, and they were off. The start was clean. Gout got out well. Benjamin Richardson exploded from the blocks. Senifo Dembele also looked strong through the opening meters. For a brief moment, it appeared the field was tightly packed. But then Noah Lyles did what Noah Lyles does. He shifted gears, and suddenly the race changed. The smooth stride, the relaxed shoulders, the incredible top-end speed. Within seconds, Lyles began separating himself from everyone around him. The gap grew larger. The crowd got louder. And by the time he hit the finish line, history had been rewritten. 14.67 seconds, a new world record, not by a hundredth, not by a few thousandths, but by a massive quarter of a second. An enormous margin at this level of sprinting, one of the biggest world record improvements you'll ever see in a sprint event. Noah Lyles didn't just break the record, he demolished it. But while Lyles grabbed the headlines, Gout delivered exactly the response he needed. After the disappointment in Oslo, many were wondering how he would bounce back. His answer? 14.96 seconds. A personal statement. A performance under 15 seconds. And a result that placed him ahead of several experienced international professionals. For a teenager still learning and developing, that's incredibly impressive. This wasn't a victory, but it was a reminder. A reminder of why so many people are excited about his future. As for Noah Lyles, he continues to prove that he is not only the fastest man in the world right now, but possibly one of the greatest sprint talents the sport has ever seen. Every race feels historic, every performance raises the bar, and if this is the level he's producing in June, the rest of the world should be paying very close attention. Because Noah Lyles isn't just winning races anymore, he's redefining what's possible. What did you think of Noah Lyle's incredible world record performance? And how impressed were you by Gout's bounce-back run? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more track and field coverage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.